The movie starts in a prison where Officer Green is preparing to deliver money to a high-profile inmate named Balam. Even though Balam is in prison, he has a special arrangement. He lives in a separate cell with personal guards and luxury items. From this cell, he controls his drug trade, human trafficking, and arms business. He chooses to stay in prison because it's the safest place for him, beyond the reach of his enemies. In the next scene, new prisoners are brought in and placed in the same building as Balam. One of them is Jack, a former officer accused of killing another officer and robbing a bank. Before Jack can go to his cell, Officer Green stops him.
Jack Stone.
You put a lot of them boys in here, didn't you?
Hits him a few times and scolds him for killing a fellow officer, warning that he won't survive long in prison.
And there's us guards.
The story flashes back to a week earlier. Jack and some fellow officers had staged a bank robbery as part of a plan to gather evidence against Balam and corrupt officials running crime operations from the prison.
Everybody down!
After getting the evidence from bank lockers, they tried to escape, but other officers stopped them. During the shootout, Jack's team was killed, and he was the only one to escape. He ran into a building while officers chased him. When one officer confronted him and made threats, Jack recognized this officer as being involved in his wife's murder.
I trusted you, Jack. She's dead because of you. I had no choice, Jack. I had a family.
And jumped off the building with the officer, killing him instantly in the fall but somehow surviving himself. Jack then left the evidence in the apartment of a reporter named Trisha and shared information with her about the corruption involving government officials and Balam. He asked her to report this to the district attorney's office. Back in the present, Jack is now sharing a cell with another inmate, Silva. Later, during lunch,
if anybody needs protection in this place.
Balam's cousin, Semyon, approaches Jack, demanding protection money. Jack refuses.
My name is Semyon.
And when Semyon and his men attack, Jack fights back, leading to Semyon getting caught by the guards and sent to solitary confinement. In the next scene, Jack is taken to a secure cell where he communicates with Balam through security cameras. Balam warns Jack to stay out of his business and says that if he doesn't, he'll end up dead, just like his wife.
I will make sure you die like your wife.
But Jack doesn't let the threat shake him. That night, 3 of Balam's men enter Jack's cell to attack him, but Jack overpowers them without waking his cellmate, Silva. Meanwhile, Trisha is investigating the evidence Jack left and learns his real identity. The next day, after finding out more details, Trisha heads to the district attorney's office to meet with him. The receptionist tells her that the attorney is busy and suggests she leave the evidence with his assistant, Mark. But Trisha doesn't trust Mark, so she decides to leave without handing over the evidence.
Just reschedule.
Later, Trisha waits outside the office until the attorney steps out. She approaches him and explains that she has evidence linking government officials and police to criminal activities. The attorney, Johnson, gives her his card and tells her to contact him if she needs more help.
You don't have to worry about Mark Green.
Trisha then visits Jack in prison and tells him she's working on the information he provided. Jack advises her to use it carefully before leaving the visiting room. Afterward, Jack is approached by a middle-aged inmate named William, who warns him to be careful around Balam's men after what happened with Semyon. Jack replies that he isn't afraid of Balam or Semyon, and he asks William about the location of Balam's cell. William explains that Balam's cell location is a secret, so hidden that even most prison guards don't know about it. In the next scene, we see a women's prison where 2 female inmates are fighting. As they struggle, the prison guards arrive and break up the fight. After the fight, one of the female prisoners, Elena, is taken to see Balam with her head covered. She's brought before him, where Semyon and other prisoners are also present. Semyon and his men are there, collecting protection money without Balam's permission, while Elena is there because she attacked one of Balam's favorite female prisoners.
You wish to make me your enemy?
Balam then announces a
$100,000
reward for anyone who can eliminate Jack. Right after this, prisoners team up and attack Jack while he's talking with William, but Jack and William use their skills and manage to defeat everyone.
Who are you?
The friend.
Meanwhile, Balam gets a call from Attorney Johnson, who warns him that Trisha has evidence against him. Hearing this, Balam orders Johnson to silence Trisha and plans to have Jack killed by the end of the day. Later, while Jack is doing his laundry, a group of prison guards arrives to claim Balam's reward. They start beating Jack with batons, but Jack fights back and defeats them. As he leaves the laundry area, he's confronted by another group of prisoners. Before they attack, Jack tries reasoning with them, telling them the reward money won't be worth it and will be even smaller if they split it.
Is $11,000 worth of fractured skull, cracked ribs, collapsed lung?
Hearing this, the prisoners reconsider and walk away. Meanwhile, Trisha visits her friend Allison and shares everything about Balam and the evidence she has against him and the officers working with him. In the next scene, Elena approaches Balam's favorite female prisoner, Kat, to apologize for what happened, but Kat isn't interested in the apology and punches Elena in the face. Elena pretends to pass out, so the guards take her to the prison doctor. After the doctor examines her and leaves, Elena unlocks her handcuffs with a paperclip, steals some alcohol and medicines, and hides them in William's cleaning bucket. She then sneaks into an air vent with a tool to find the CCTV room. While crawling through the vent, she draws a map and finally finds the room. With William's help,
Okay, Charmer. Spit it out. What do you want?
she sneaks back to the medical room just in time. At the same time, Trisha visits Jack and tells him she's figured out his real background. She then asks him why he killed a fellow officer. Jack explains that Balam's men killed his wife, and the officer he killed was part of that group. In the next scene, Jack learns that William isn't a real prisoner but an undercover officer. Jack is shocked and asks William how long he's been undercover. William explains it's been 6 months and says his main mission is to expose the corrupt prisoners and government officials working for Balam. He also reveals that Elena is working with him to gather evidence hidden in the prison. While William is explaining this to Jack, other prisoners suddenly attack them, and a fight breaks out. Later, Jack is thrown into solitary confinement, accused of starting the fight, while William is called to see Warden Blaine. Since Blaine has had conflicts with Balam's men before, he warns William to pay him more if he wants to keep doing his undercover work in the prison. Meanwhile, Trisha tries to meet with the district attorney again, but the receptionist tells her that Johnson is tied up with several meetings. Mark approaches Trisha again, pushing her to hand over the evidence. Meanwhile, Balam's daughter comes to visit him, so Balam is temporarily released from his cell and taken to the visiting room. As he exits, William notices and signals Elena to start their plan. Following William's instructions, Elena pretends to faint, and a guard takes her to the medical room. Once they're inside, Elena and William attack the guard. Elena then sneaks into the CCTV room, while William, disguised as a prison guard, heads to the control room. Watching the cameras, Elena sees Balam leaving the visiting room.
Balam and a guard escort leaving the visiting area.
At that moment, William unlocks Jack's solitary cell, setting him free. Jack knocks out a guard and takes his uniform. William and Elena then tell Jack they'll guide him to Balam's private cell before he returns. Soon after, Blaine and several guards realize someone has broken into the CCTV room. As they try to break in, Elena escapes through the ventilation ducts. Knowing time is running out before Balam gets back, William opens all the prison cell doors, causing chaos throughout the prison. Prisoners rush out of their cells, attacking guards who mistreated them. In the middle of the chaos, Officer Green tries to escape but is stopped by Jack, who pushes him into a crowd of prisoners. At the same time, William and Elena fend off attacks from other prisoners. As Jack nears Balam, he's confronted by Semyon, and the two get into a fight. Even though Semyon stabs Jack in the stomach, Jack overpowers him and reaches Balam's chamber.
Oh, I want stone!
We see that Allison has teamed up with District Attorney Johnson against Trisha, planning to kill her. Just before Allison can shoot,
I want everything.
Mark steps in, revealing that he's an FBI agent. It turns out Mark has been working undercover as the prosecutor's assistant to expose Johnson's corruption and other government officials' misconduct. Back at the prison, William takes down Warden Blaine and other guards.
Sorry, man. It's just my job, all right? Okay.
Jack finally reaches Balam and faces him in a one-on-one fight. Balam gains the upper hand, knocking Jack down. As Jack lies helpless, he remembers his wife's murder by Balam and his men, giving him the strength to get back up. Jack ultimately overpowers Balam, avenging his wife's death. Soon after, a SWAT team arrives and restores order in the prison. When the chaos ends, William introduces Jack and Elena to each other. William then tells them his boss appreciates their help in taking down Balam's criminal network, both inside and outside the prison. Jack thanks William and Elena for helping him get his revenge. In the aftermath, the FBI arrests all the government officials and police officers who worked with Balam. The movie ends with Jack being taken into custody by William, who assures him he'll be released soon. That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe for more content like this.